Hi, my name is Alex Cantu with Industrial Video Control. We want to thank you for your purchase, and today I'll show you how to deploy and operate your new MVT-3001 trailer. On the front of the trailer, you have your towing light cable, which will connect to the towing vehicle to operate the brake and turn signals of the trailer. In the middle, you have your parking brake. To release it, you will pull it back and lift up the lever. To lock it back into place, you will lower the lever until it locks into one of the notches. On the side, you have two safety chains that must be connected to the towing vehicle when the trailer is being towed. And in the front, you have the towing coupler. To unlock it, you will need to release the pin, pull the lever back, and hold the coupler up. Once the hitch is inside the coupler, you will lock it back into place, releasing the lever and putting the pin back in. On the outside, you have the tongue jack. To operate the tongue jack, you can lower and raise the wheel by rotating the top crank. You can further lower and raise the wheel by pulling out the outer lever, lifting the wheel up and down to the desired height. You'll hear a click once it locks back into place. And when towing the vehicle, use the outer lever on the right to lift up the wheel jockey and lock it back into place. To deploy it back, you'll release the lever, put the jockey close to the ground as you can, lower the wheel until it hits the ground, and this must be deployed at all times as it holds the front weight of the trailer. The trailer has 4 outriggers on all 4 corners to help stabilize and balance the unit. You can use the bubble leveler to make sure it's leveled once all outriggers are deployed. To deploy it, you'll begin by pulling out the left crank over here and pull the outrigger out until it locks back into place. You'll then lower the bottom foot until it gets as close to the ground as possible in the next available hole. You'll insert the pin back into place, insert the safety pin back in, and to then lower the foot even further, you will release the top safety pin, attach the crank, and begin by cranking left or right to lower the foot even further. When you are ready for towing, you will then have to put all the outriggers back into place. To do so, you will again attach the top crank, lift the foot off the ground to then begin to go to the bottom pin and lift the foot even further to the highest available hole. You'll insert the pin back into place. Make sure to insert the safety pin. You will then pull the outer lever on the side and push all the outriggers back into the position until you hear the lock. The trailer has 4 wheel chocks, 2 on each side. To help secure the trailer and prevent it from rolling, place the wheel chock in front of and behind the tire. This is the mast and camera box. On this particular model, we have 2 PTZ cameras and a blue strobe light. The mast itself is controlled by the winch, which you can then control the up and down of the mast using the winch remote. Before operating the mast, make sure to always use the remote at the fully extended length of the pigtail. The mast includes 2 key safety features: color blocks that indicate when you're approaching maximum height, and an internal sensor that prevents the mast from overextending. Before towing, always ensure the mast is fully lowered. When properly secured with guy wires, the mast is rated to withstand winds up to 60 miles per hour.
For instructions on how to properly attach the guy wires, refer to the MVT-3001 trailer manual.
Once the mast is fully raised, you'll insert the locking pin into the hole to secure it into place. For best charging, make sure to face the solar panels toward true south so they get the most sun throughout the day. Make sure no shade covers the panels, and keep in mind the charging will vary depending on weather and the season. When charging the unit with shore power charging, you must use the 110 AC outlet here. The main battery breaker must be on, and with the battery breaker on and shore power connected, you will then need to check the solar charge controller to make sure you see the battery voltage is rising. This trailer has 4 doors. On this unit behind this door, we have the rugged laptop NVR. To pull the laptop out, release the bottom pins and pull the drawer out. To access the laptop, you will release the side locks on the cover. You can then pull the laptop out even further for access. To put it back in, simply push the drawer back in, lock the cover back in, push the drawer in, and lock the pins in place. Behind this door, we have 3 battery banks. You can access the battery banks by releasing the pins on the side. You can then pull out the drawer, and doing so will disconnect the battery banks. When you push the batteries back in, lock the pins back into place, and remember to connect the battery terminals on the inside for trailer operation. Moving to the opposite side, behind this door, this will hold most of the components. You'll have your main breakers, network switches, routers, and more. Moving to the next door, on this side, similar to the other side, we have the other 3 battery banks, which you can then still remove, removing the same safety pins. Moving on to the inside of the trailer, on the back right here, you have your solar charge controller, which handles the solar input from the solar panels. Here you have all your main breakers, which handle the load and battery connections. On the bottom right, you have your cradle point router, which handles the connection of the trailer to the cellular network. You have your RB30 relay here, which can be used to control any strobe lights or I/O devices. You have your DC to DC converter that can help regulate voltage to different components. You have the PoE injectors, which can help power on devices that need to be powered over Ethernet. You have your network switch here that connects all the devices to the router and to the laptop for communication. You have the IOTA shore power charging device, which handles the shore power charging of the batteries. And you have your main battery disconnect switch that will help regulate the battery connections. In the back, you have your main battery bank terminals that must be connected for a full trailer operation. To begin powering on your unit, you'll first need to make sure the red and black battery terminals in the back are connected. You'll then move to the front breakers. You'll need to first turn on the battery breaker. This will allow the batteries to be connected and receive power to the trailer. You'll then turn on all load breakers available on your unit. This will then give power to all the devices connected. You'll then turn on the laptop breaker to give battery charging to the laptop. You'll then need to turn on the solar breaker to allow solar charging. And for winch operation on the mast, you'll need to turn on the winch breaker. This does not need to be turned on when the winch is not in use. And when connecting the trailer to shore power, you will turn off all other breakers other than the battery breaker and the shore breaker. For long-term storage, follow these steps. Before storing the trailer, switch all breakers off and turn the battery disconnect to red so it doesn't drain. If the trailer will be stored for an extended period of time, disconnect the batteries. Make sure the mast is down and then park the trailer in a shade or covered area. Finally, stabilize and chock the wheels and you're ready for storage. That's a quick overview of the MVT-3001 long deployment surveillance trailer, its key components and how to power it up for operation. For more information and technical support, reach out to us at support@ivcco.com.